Okay, looks like everything is ready. All right, now remember, Raymond, nice and slow. That's how they prefer it. Greetings and salutations, my fellow carbon-based life forms of the Super Information Highway. Raymond Robotnik here for another episode of my video diary. And I thought, why not talk a bit about my family? And I'm pretty sure you probably know which family I'm willing to talk about. My cousin, Dr. Ivo Robotnik, or as the Mobians tend to call him, Eggman. Dr. Eggman. Quite an interesting name, but given the fact of his physiology, it actually sort of makes sense. But what is there to talk about Ivo? Well, there is lots to talk about Ivo. First of all, I'm willing to admit Ivo is a bit of a genius. I mean, how can you not say he's a genius when his IQ is that of 300? Personally, my IQ is actually 225. I'm not one to toot my own horn, but I gotta admit, Ivo is pretty smart, but because of his eccentric personality, his knowing of his IQ points, he's a bit of an egotist. And because of such egotistical practices, he's not exactly right in the head. He personally believes that he should be sole responsible for taking care of the world, of ruling it. You know, the first time when he talked about wanting to rule the world, I thought to him, he has to be crazy. But then I thought about it. And one person ruling the world does not seem smart. Multiple people on ruling the world, that actually seems pretty smart. I actually got into thinking about it, and I found out that if the entirety of the Robotnik family was to take charge of the world, the government, the finances, everything that's important, we would actually do a very good job. If you combine all our IQ points, you would have a group of people able to rule the world that we wouldn't even be able to have to lift a finger. But still, Ivo, as much of an egotist as he is, he's family. I don't hate him. I just think that he needs to tone things down just a little bit. That's my personal opinion. But what is there to talk about? Well, there is his tendency of taking the Mobians or the Flickies, as I've learned that what they're called, and turning them into robots that are codenamed Badniks. Robots that feed or run on the chaos energy of the smaller Mobian species. That's that's not that is inhumane. But according to Ivo, it's a necessity in order for him to rule the world. But given his many times of pulling such I can't even I'm so frustrated right now. I'm so upset at Ivo. I can't even think straight. Okay, I need to get off the bad stuff about Ivo. What is the good stuff? Well, for one thing, like I said, he is very smart. He is actually smart enough that he made an AI program so completely complex that when he went to a set of islands that are borderlining on the real world, our world, and that of cyberspace, that AI, Sage, mind you, was able to manifest herself a sort of physical body. Physical. She's still advanced AI. She's still AI, but she's advanced AI. She is so smart. She can actually think to herself. But given the fact that she has now taken the title of Sage Robotnik as Ivo's official daughter, she's still new to the whole concept of the real world. Hence that she's loyal to him. Not to a fault, loyal to him because she needs guidance. given how smart she is, the fact that she has access to the internet in like the blink of an eye, she's still very much a kid. She's still learning. That's one of the amazing things. So one good point about Ivo, he's a good father. He knows how to talk to Sage. He knows how to motivate her. He knows how to teach her. And another good thing is Ivo really does know when to call it quits. Given how many times Sonic has defeated his many mechas, Ivo knows when to retreat, but he also knows when to ask for help. You know the saying, the enemy's enemy, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I think Ivo tends to take that a little too seriously, but there have been times that he's gotten over his head and he's unleashed a god, an eldritch god, or some sort of world eating monstrosity that could destroy the world in a matter of days. And who does he go to in order to help him stop it? A certain blue hedgehog able to run 300 miles per hour? A certain two-tailed fox with an IQ of 250? A certain spiked knuckled red echidna who's actually able to punch through a boulder? I gotta give Ivo credit, given the fact of his inflated ego, but he is still family, and there are some good points about him. I'm actually still waiting for the time for him to just walk through the family household, castrate himself, bow down, and say, "I am sorry, I was an idiot." But given the fact on how Sonic is easily able to just make Ivo pull on his mustache, it's really funny. I actually remember one of the many nicknames Sonic gave Ivo. Oh, wait, no. It wasn't Sonic. Oh, it was those little guys from that odd planet that Wisps. That's what they were, Wisps. I remember they gave him the nickname Baldy McNosehair. I'm just saying it makes me Baldy McNosehair. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh. I can never get over that silly nickname, and I actually gave the Wisps that gave that nickname. I actually gave them high fives, but given their little tendril things, it doesn't matter. It's still a 5. They got a 5 because they made me laugh so hard. But but I'm still hoping one day Ivo is gonna come to his senses and stop with the whole world domination ploy and come to bettering Mobius and mankind side of things and put his big brain to better use other than constantly building an army of robots that feed on the life energy of flickies. Stop trying to one up a certain Azul hedgehog. Stop trying to dominate a world that for some reason does not want a Robotnik in charge. Given all that Ivo has done, he's still family. But that does not mean I'm gonna go soft on him. No, I'm helping Sonic bring Ivo to his senses. Of course, by the time I do that, he's off on his little speeding away hover car and plotting his next revenge plot. To which Sonic is only gonna get 3 days of naps in. I better call it right there. So until next time, my fellow compatriots, this is Raymond Robotnik, signing off.